This is how my hair looks before, and I thought this would be a great time to keep chatting about just really owning what your hair looks like and embracing your texture, and also doing research on your texture, knowing what works for you, but taking the time to figure that out. It's easy to really fall in love with a certain look and wanting to have a certain style, but don't let that hold you back. Be flexible. Let's go. And we're back. Okay, so every single time I go to H2Salon in Brooklyn, they just exceed my expectations. So I got a regular wash and go, which I usually don't do because the products that I have leave this white residue and it's not attractive at all. So they nail it, and they really have the products that make my curls pop. Yeah. Okay, so let's dive in. First of all, when it comes to natural hair in the Black community, we can definitely say that there's a lot more representation, especially in the last, I'd say 5 years or so. But it was so hard for a lot of us growing up, people my age and younger, to really embrace their hair texture.
Ever heard of a perm?
You won't let you come outside like that.
Her hair looks contagious. So glad my hair will never, ever look like that.
Look at my hair compared to that.
Ugh.
Even the people who are older than us, like, it doesn't necessarily stop with us, but it's been so hard for our elders to embrace their hair texture. So I grew up in an environment where straight hair was the norm, like a lot of you guys out there, especially a lot of you Black women out there. Straight hair was it. Whether you had, I don't know, blonde locks, brunette locks, straight hair was what a lot of us strived to have, as well as our parents.
You like it?
I'm supposed to, right?
I really wish you did. It'll make it so much easier to comb.
So I would get perms, which is fine. I have nothing against perms or people with straight hair, but I do urge people, especially if you are Black and you're a Black woman with natural hair, to embrace the texture that grows out of your head. Now, I love straight hair, and I think that any type of hair, as long as you like it, is the hair for you. So I'm not one of those natural hair girls who says, oh, you should have natural hair, because I'm all about embracing what feels right for you, whether that is straight hair or kinky, curly hair like mine. All I want people to do is to be themselves. It took a long time for me to be myself. And so I'm constantly thinking about different ways that I can become even more so of the person that I want to be. If you have kinky, curly hair like mine, your hair is beautiful. So beautiful. And I want you to take the time to do the research on it, because I think that's where a lot of people, especially Black women, are intimidated by the natural hair community and just seeing like curls and kinks, because it's like, where do I start? Especially if you are transitioning like I did from relaxed perm hair to kinky, coily, curly hair. But I did my research and it took a lot of trial and error, honestly, like trying different products. And you might become a product junkie, which is fair because you have to figure out what works for you. But don't let other people or the media or yourself even deter you from finding out what works for your hair. We are all so different, and it's kind of heartbreaking to see Black women especially who are trying to embrace their true texture, but then they're kind of let down by what other products that seem popular, what they don't do for your hair. And so I'm here to tell you, your hair is beautiful. I'm like, no cap. Your hair is gorgeous, and you just have to find the right ways to take care of it so that it can thrive. And once you do that, it's worth it. You'll feel more authentic to who you actually are as a person, opposed to trying to fit the mold of what society tells you you should look like. There's a lot of stigma around natural hair, and we're breaking out of that mold, which I am so glad, and I'm so grateful for. We're in a better place. But for sure, if you feel like you don't have the right texture to wear out or to wear in its natural state, sweetie, you do. We all do. Whatever grows out of your head is okay. A lot of it stems from insecurities, whether that's from insecurities you internalized growing up via your parents or via your other family members who told you that straight hair was how you should have it. It takes some time to unlearn that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's unfortunate that that was a lot of our upbringings, but I'm here to tell you that you kind of just get experience and you grow out of it. And it'll take some time even for yourself to kind of stop these negative thoughts that are attached to having natural hair or curly hair or unstraightened hair. But now I feel like straight hair is not the norm, and it's a great place to be.
Difficile.
OK.
OK? Qu'est-ce que j'avais dit là, l'autre côté? Pas de trucs négatifs quand tu parles de toi ou de tes cheveux. T'as juste une texture différente. Alors, regarde comment on va le faire sur ses cheveux.
I remember growing up and getting a perm every few weeks, and fitting in and having straight hair just felt so natural to me at the time. It felt like, okay, this is how things should be. This is what looks good. This is what also feels good because it looks good to other people and they're accepting me. So straight hair is great. And then I remember once I got to 12th grade, senior year, I was like, you know what? I don't really like how my hair looks. It just felt so plain and just kind of like it used to be tucked, like rolled under a little bit. So it was like straight and then kind of had that little kind of comb around my face. And I would just be like, this is boring. It just doesn't look cute to me anymore. And obviously as we grow, our tastes change and our needs and our desires shift and change, which is how it should be. And so I remember telling my mom, like, I don't think I want straight hair. I kind of just want to let it grow and see what happens, or at least like put some curls in and do something different. I remember thinking, I need a change. So I remember my first semester of college, I just let it grow out. And I was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna cut it yet. I'm gonna transition for as long as I can and then see what happens. I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I did some sort of research where I was like, you know what, I'll just like keep it in buns or like keep it tied up and just let it grow. And at that point, I had never had braids or twists before, so I didn't even think that I could have, you know, paid money as a freshman college student to get my hair done. I just kept it simple. So, long story short, by the time the holiday break rolled around December-ish, I was like, all right, it's time to cut it. So my mom lived in Virginia at the time, which she actually still lives in Virginia. And so I went back home for break and I was like, I'm gonna make an appointment, Mom. And she was like, you're gonna do it? And I'm just like, yeah. So made an appointment. I transitioned for about 4 months. Not long at all when it comes to transitioning to turn into a natural. Went to a natural hair salon in DC and I was so excited because I just felt like I wanted to be free. Like I was so tethered down by my hair. And I remember thinking, wow, I am really about to just change my life, like change my whole life. Like it's gone, the hair's gone. So got in the chair, super sweet lady with dreads, awesome, beautiful, quaint shop. And she asked me like, are you sure like you want to go ahead and just cut off all the permed ends? And I was like, let's get it. She was like, and she cut it. And it was very short. The shortest I had ever had it. It was basically a fade, but more in the back. So like very short. And it was like super curly. I could see like my curls popping through. She put a little conditioner on it and sprayed some oil on it and I was good to go. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God. I didn't feel any regret. I just felt free. I just felt like, wow. I took this into my own hands. I didn't like how my hair was. I didn't like how straight it was. And I wanted to get back to my roots and how my hair naturally looks. And so that's what I did. It's important for you to know what works for you. That's what this video is about. I urge you, whether it is about hair, your career, whether it's about school, no school, make the decision that works for you. And be gentle with yourself. Now, I'm so glad you guys decided to watch this video today and hopefully you were able to kind of get some insight or just some clarification whether you felt this way or you know someone who does or you have a child. So, with that being said, please embrace who you really are. Embrace what you want and just do your thing. Especially if you are a Black woman with natural hair.